Hello, welcome back to Jake's Paralysis. This is still a part of its demo, so welcome to demo of Jake's Paralysis Part 3. I had a bit of a mishap with OBS before this, so I'm pretty frustrated. But I'm probably gonna dive in, hopefully tired of whatever it is in concern with my voice, but I don't remember much about the past part. What happened in part 2? I think they were about to go on a date while Jake invited Nina to the bar where his best friend is performing, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I guess that's it. So let's just continue. I mean, to be honest, I would have an idea what is happening if I just loaded up whatever last I did. Note, so far, nothing of the science fiction part of this visual novel has ever even crept up in its story. The only thing that we're getting is the slice of life / romance / possible love angle. It's not a triangle, it's an effing angle because there's only one point of interest. Unless it really is considered a love triangle in the end because surprise surprise, one of them is actually lesbian, either Nina or the best friend. I forgot the name of the best friend, I'm sorry. Lucy, I think. Okay, so let's start in. Take note, I won't be having any voice acting on the characters, so I'm just gonna state the name of the character who's stalking and just saying whatever their dialogue is. Compact but spacious. Nina and I weave between booths and high tables as we make our way to the bar. The subtle mood lighting and neon aesthetic are oddly comforting, and it's made even better by the smooth hardwood floor. And yet, my heart continues to race as I order a couple of drinks. I shudder to think if you're stuttering while you're ordering, Jake. I am not gonna be surprised if you are. Nina gestures at the table in the front row while I almost trip on a chair leg. Calm down, Jake. Yeah, calm down, Jake. What even? Nina, you look like you're already drunk. Thank you for the drink. I was suffocating. Jake, allow me to take her jacket then. Oh, she is wearing a jacket. She just draped on the jacket and nothing else, I think. Ooh, sexy black dress. Nina, what a gentleman. Minutes later, the lights dim as the band walks on the stage. I can tell Lucy's nervous, so I gave her a thumbs up and a smile as she glances at me. I talked like a robot for a minute there. Nina, is that your lady friend? Jake, yeah, that's Lucy. We've known each other since I don't know what happened. I just double clicked, I guess. Nina, I see. Oh gosh, her face, her model, and on the screen. I'm not really looking at the character models on screen. But she's quirking her eyebrows, not the NGL. The NGL, she's sus already. Nina closes her eyes as the music begins. Lucy's eyes now looking toward the crowd. With confidence and a hint of sass, she starts her performance. Nina, she's not bad. Jake, she's excellent. By this point, everyone in the pub is focused on the flannel woman stealing the show. A flannel-wearing woman stealing the show. Even the regulars at the bar can't help but turn her way. I, on the other hand, have been watching every second as she shines in the stage light. The performance ends with a rapturous applause. Once Lucy and the band are finished soaking in their efforts, the stage is cleared for a brief intermission. Ooh, I wonder if there's gonna be oh, I thought there was gonna be an actual performance or something. Nina, that was great, Jake. I'm glad you invited me. Jake, I'm glad you like them. Would you like to meet Lucy? Nina, oh, sure. Jesus Christ! The reaction of the models are like, this is a cliche. This is totally a big sign cliche, bruh. Maybe it's just me, but I swear there was a hint of insecurity in her response. In fact, she seems nervous as Lucy heads to our table. I mean, to be fair, you actually hinted that she's like a childhood friend, and she might be a really big, like, part of your life. So, if Nina wants to be a part of your life, she's gonna be, like, super nervous, you know, meeting, and probably she has, like, sort of, like, expectations in her mind. I think. Maybe. I'm just reaching over at the cliche part of the slice of life of this. Come on. I am not psychoanalyzing anything. Sometimes it's so obvious that it kind of hurts. Where is she? Where's Lucy? Hey! Oh, wow, Nina's tall. Jake. Lucy, you were amazing. Lucy, Jake! Hug. Without warning, Lucy jumps into my arms. I'm a bit taken aback by her affection, but I embrace her anyway as she rubs my back. Oh boy. Oh no! What is even this drama happening in front of me? Lucy. I can tell you how happy I am that you're here. Thank you, Jake. Jake, oh, come on. You know I'd never miss something like this. Only when I pull away do I notice Nina's razor glare, arms crossed over her chest as her high heel repeatedly stabs the hardwood. Jake, right. Lucy, this is Nina. Lucy, Jake's talked a lot about you. It's nice to finally meet you in person. Nina, you're really gifted, and that's saying something coming from me. What the hell? Okay, even I'm gonna be like, when I hear this, and I'm a very spiteful, like, petty person, and over-analyzing things, that's not really I don't know. I don't know, that's a very arrogant thing to say. I mean, to be fair though, Nina's already been arrogant for the past two episodes. For the past two episodes, not since the beginning, so I'm like, Lucy, wow, I feel honored. All the practice really did pay off. Nina, it shows. Before I can ease their tension, the band's guitarist begins warming up. Lucy holds a forced smirk at Nina. That's my call. Are you two coming to the after party? Wait. Why did Jake note it as a forced smirk? The writing sucks out at this point. Like, really. I mean, I guess it's because, like, it's what do you call this? I forgot what it's called in writing stories. Oh, it's a character perspective sort of writing. So majority of like the narration is based on one character's like assumption or like how they observe things. Oh my, I might have to tag this as unreliable narration. Nina, maybe, or we'll have our own after party, whichever Jake wants more. No! Nina forces a smile back, causing Lucy to avert her gaze. Before joining the band, she gives me one final look, a pleading stare. Lucy, alright, let me know, Jake. Bye. Jake, yeah, break a leg. Oh my gosh, that's unfair. They're putting... if Jake isn't dense enough, which, by the way, he highly is, with the way that, the options in the story is flowing. I mean, the next thing you'll hear me say is, like, if it wasn't, like, a cliche story, I would have thought that this is, like, a ChatGPT with normal prompts. A ChatGPT prompt? No, it's, like, it was ran through an auto-generated romance science fiction story wherein there's like 3 characters and had to be put into a love triangle situation. Which, by the way, I would always say I feel bad for like the main character, even though like it's their fault for being highly dense or putting themselves in that situation. Okay. Pausing a bit. For the record, there might be like a random sounds in the background. Again, as usual in my videos, because you know what? I'm not gonna explain anymore. I'm just gonna go back to the narration. For the second half of the show, Nina leans her head on my shoulder while following Lucy's every move. I'm conflicted yet caught in her lavender perfume. Its faint hands tickling my chin and playing with my hair. Side note, I don't remember what my plans were in this story. I did ship Nina and like Jake. But I feel like I had the mindset of actually pushing Jake into a corner and sort of like making things much harder for him, because the options for the majority of which, whenever we talk to Lucy, feels like there's no turning back on the growth of the affection between the two characters in a romantic sense, because the options feel like it's either coddling Lucy or just being highly what do you call that, easily misunderstood intentions on probably Lucy's side. And there is a probability that they're gonna be like romantically conflicted already because they're childhood friends. I guess sorry, I'm side noting this because there's a frustration in me that I did note a few times that I don't really like love triangles because of like the what's it, the love triangle situation. Well, never mind. I would just like wing it at this point just to progress the story. I'm not really concerned anymore about putting like investment on Nina, even though I ship Nina and Jake. But I do believe like the reason why I ship them is because of the design, nothing else. I perceived already, this is a side note still, I already perceived early on that Nina is quite arrogant and sort of like selfish. There is a probability in the story that she might be petty. And on the side note on their personalities, I'm hoping that they will have on I don't know how long the story is or what the developers plan, but I hopefully like Nina gets a bit of a personality change in the long run. Back to the narrating. I'm conflicted yet caught in her lavender perfume, its faint hands tickling my chin and playing with my hair. What? The show ends on a literal high note as Lucy sings her last lyric. As if on cue, everyone in the pub erupts into a loud cheer, with some walking on stage to personally congratulate Lucy. Lucy seems to be looking for someone through the crowd. I can't help but wonder if it's me. Nina: hey, do you want to go outside? I can barely hear myself in this crowd. Jake: but what about the after party? Nina: we can go after. It'll only be for a minute, I promise. Oh, okay. No one is not a douche in this situation. Everyone is, technically. But I really like how Nina and Jake's designs are. Like, I wish Nina's personality wasn't entirely like the typical villainous almost in this aspect, because right now I'm kind of seeing that Lucy might be the White Lotus sort of like character. So it's not the white TB, of course. I think Nina might be the white TB. I'm saying all the cliches right now. Stepping outside, Nina sits on the entrance steps and gestures at me to join her. I don't hesitate. Jake: I'm really enjoying this, Nina. Sorry, side note. Effing hell, really? You selfish prick? Her unwavering gaze softens, hinting at her true intentions. First dates sometimes end in a kiss, right? Not really, no. Trust me. Does she want me to make the first move? Nina: I am too. You're different than most guys, you know that? Oh wow, this is like a dialogue from a pretentious D-bag of a guy. Nina: I'm sure you have plenty of girls lining up to date you. Why'd pick me? Pick me dialogue, girl. Is she joking? I've clearly never gone on a date before. Did you even say that? Jake: even if I did, I'd still pick you over all of them. There's something about you that I want to know more about. Is this a pick me guy or a pick me girl? Anyways, I keep on forgetting. They're still young. They're in college. They're bound to have personalities that are slightly cringy, and personalities or characteristics or experiences that I've probably seen or experienced. Nina: and what's that? What would you like to know more about? Nina's face is illuminated by the only light in that sector of the street. My mind blanks trying to express how I truly feel. I don't know, maybe hungry? Or like you want to go to the toilet? Her soft giggle expresses that she already knows. How? Like Nina, Jake? I might want to know you better too. Her lips inches toward me, closing my eyes in the already small gap between our bodies. Nina and Lucy comes in. I thought Lucy's gonna be hindering them all of a sudden. But suddenly, a violent gust of wind travels through the alley and the street lamps around start flickering. Oh, I should probably put a warning for like this static thing in on the screen. So warning, epilepsy trigger. If you guys are looking at the screen, or if you're not, you're just listening, please do just listen because I'm trying my best to describe the scenarios anyway. Faint sounds of thunder erupt around the two as flashes of lightning strikes around the pair, which is then replaced by the squeaking sound of the emergency exit towards the back of the pub that is left swinging and papers fluttering and rolling around Nina. Jake? Nina... Jake? Nina says Jake. Okay, so this is the science section part of the story now. Okay. I keep expecting her lips, yet it never happens. Confused, I open my eyes and glance around in utter shock. What's going on? Okay, I'm in some sort of underground poker room, reeking of stale beer and cigarettes. Also, what happened to my clothes? Why am I wearing suspenders? And why am I lying on the floor with a series of cards spilling from my jacket sleeve? As I slowly come to my senses, I notice a growing pain in my throat and heaviness in my heart. There's also a group of men glaring at me from across the outdated poker table. For some reason, they're also wearing vintage clothing. Who are these people? Man 1. Thief! Cheater! Man 2. Go get him! Jake. Are you talking to me? Okay. Oh, this is the chase scene to start the story. With my intuition screaming at me to flee, I sprint out of the nearest exit and dash down a dingy alleyway. There's no time to collect my thoughts as the men close in on me. And then, a voice, terrified, the foreign, commanding man, pierces my mind with just 2 sentences. You're stuck in my times now, man. And you're in trouble. Oh, okay. So this isn't technically time traveling. I thought it was like actual time travel, like his body is going to shift from a different timeline. It's not. This is surprising. This is a really short part 3 of this game, but this is the end of the demo. The full game says here will be released or available in 2024. Please do help them fund the game and support them via their Patreon or access them through their Discord for further developments of the game or as I say, possible special content. I think it's mostly on their Patreon. So I'm gonna go back to the title screen. Are you sure you want to quit to the title screen? Any unsaved progress will be lost. Yeah, sure. Alright, that is the ending of Jake's Paralysis demo. I am quite surprised that this didn't last that long. I was thinking it would have a bit more essence in the science fiction, but they did hint in their description that they're just going to be time traveling. I'm not disappointed. I'm actually kind of happy I got to the point of the science fiction part, but it took some time. In the development of the characters, I'm not saying it's a con, but it's so cliche that it feels like it's rewarding in a no-brainer aspect. So there's that. Hold up, I'm just gonna shift to the... I'm just gonna go with the with sounds sort of like thingy. Anywho, This is a tidbit of this story that is quite surprising in a sense, but I don't think I'm gonna get those anytime soon. These ones. Oh, I actually am. I'm allowed to like acquire them. So the gallery is nice. I'm gonna feature this because I think I like this the most scenario. For the record, the art style feels Korean made or manhwa made, which is good. Like, it's really good. Okay. Lore wise, plot wise, I'd say if I was to grade it out of 5, I'd say it's just 3. Or maybe if you're a fan of romance love triangles, it's definitely a 4. The options or the linearity, no, not linearity is the term. The options for the dialogue of how to grow their affections and whatnot is there. I think it's obvious because I guess it's pretty complicated to actually like make codes for the flow of the storyline if they want to make it expanded. Like for example, there is an non-romantic ending and stuff like that. Assuming there will be a non-romantic ending, but it feels like there's gonna be it's gonna start off with like high romance all of a sudden or already, because there's already affection meters for both Jake and Lucy the most. Nina and Jake's situation is highly probable about the lust part, or like high attraction but not love yet. So I am more interested in seeing how that develops compared to the childhood friends, even though like I like childhood friends themes or childhood to lovers romances. The reason why is, again, I don't have, this is my like hot seat on popular opinion about this. I am fairly partial to character designs with certain medias and stories. Jake's character design and Lucy's character design makes me think that they're just siblings. But the dialogue that they created or make them do is actually very reminiscent of what I prefer most in terms of like romances or their developments to a lover. So there's that. This will be good. I had a negative opinion of this first because of how long it is, but I guess a 3-hour length of sorts of the gameplay for the demo, especially if they have a definite plan intended for Jake's Paralysis, I think is really good as a demo. So I take back what I said in the first few parts of this about like not really as a part of it. It's like the con about taking too much time. I mean, I guess if they can find a way to make it less in narrative and quicker in the uptake for the science fiction part, that would be good. It was hinted early on that it's at the very beginning about the scenario for the time travel, but so far having it as a mystery is, I think, is part of the charm of the story. And that's about it. I am fairly surprised. Again, I'm gonna say I'm fairly surprised that this is a very short episode. I thought it's gonna take longer, but I think I made some executive decisions about just to get away from the awkwardness of the love angle. And that's about it. This is Jake's Paralysis demo part 3. The end of at least the demo. So if you guys are interested or have listened to this or watched this and whatnot, go check out their Steam page. And join their community to support them or give them comments and suggestions about whatever they need to like update or improve on this very game. I am happy to say that this is actually the first visual novel demo that is a parter that actually ended pretty early. That's about it. Like, subscribe, comment, share if you guys want to, but if not, feel free to just like watch and listen to this video. So thank you so much for listening and watching, and see you next time. Toodles!